Hi everyone, welcome to the preparation video for Customer Service Management CIS exam. So we'll first review case and the different states which are part of case record. So I'll go to case module and click on open. Okay. Alright, so we're trying to review the different states which are available on a case. So let's open the case record, and from the list view let's try to look at the drop down of state to see what are the state values. So we have new, open, awaiting info, resolved, closed, and cancelled. These are the states we have. Now the way the navigation works is, we'll see that as well. If you go to agent workspace and go to workspace home, we need to log in as a user who has customer service role. So I'll log in as customer service agent, and this user has a role called okay. Yeah, I'll show that once I log in as admin. But yeah, so he's part of a group which has this role called SN customer service agent underscore admin. So this user has this role and I'm logged in as that user. Now I go to workspace. So if I go to workspace home, you will see that this is the landing page it's configured, and there's out of the box service now. So you see everything is case driven, like high priority cases, my cases, my team's cases, new cases. So if you click on the plus button, it creates a new interaction, but we want to make a new case. So click on lists and click on, so when you click on list, you will see the lists available to the user. Since I have not configured any list for this user, you will not see anything in the my lists. So under lists, click on the new button in the list itself, right? So when you click on new, it creates a new case record. Now the way the case record is designed is everything is driven off of the buttons or the UI actions. So let's click on this to minimize this sidebar, so you see the full screen of this form, right? I mean, there is a lot of real estate which gets wasted in the top, which is why we have to make the best out of what we have. So the case number gets auto-populated, the prefix is CS, opened timestamp is auto-populated. So priority is 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 priorities, like similar to incident. In channel you have a lot of them. So you have web, phone, email, chat, social, community, alert, virtual agent. So web, phone, email, chat, social, community, virtual agent. All of them we have. And then you have account, contact, product, asset, partner contact, contract, entitlement, partner, parent. Right, so we have a lot of fields available which are specific to customer service management and the case record. So parent is a parent case, right? You can click on that, it should take you to the case record again, case table, right? So but these are all not mandatory fields, so we can just so out of the box they keep it very minimal, so even the short description is not mandatory. So you have the note section, which is again similar to incident management. You have watch list, you have work notes list, additional comments, work notes, and then you have the closure information, where you have the resolution notes and resolution codes. But there are a lot of resolution codes which are available, which are not available otherwise in incident management. For example, solved fixed by support, guidance provided, solved fixed by closing related PRB, solved workaround provided based on open PRB, solved by customer, inconclusive, out of scope, and so on. So now some of these are added when we install a plugin called Service Management for Customer Service plugin, right? So we'll talk about that also in this session. Okay. And then there is a checkbox called add resolution notes to comments. So this is a nice feature. So if you want to add resolution notes to comments, then you can add that as well, right? So you can mention the cause also, the resolution notes, the resolution code, and then the close by close will be auto populated. So basically there are three tabs here. One is case, notes, and closure information. So you can navigate to case from here, you can navigate to notes from here, and then you can navigate to closure information from here. And then on the right side you have agent assist, you have attachments, you have templates, and you have response templates, right? So this is a new one which is added, so we'll explore this a little more as well as part of the session. Okay, so now let's save this record. So once you save it, you will see a huge list of related lists that gets added, which is a lot of them actually. right? And then you see this section is called ribbon, and this section is called header. So the form header has two parts, primary header and secondary header. So if I minimize ribbon with this minimize option here, you will see more space coming up. And if you enter short description, then you will see that it comes up as a form header, right? So I'll save this and you will see that it comes up here. And now you can see that the priority is 4 low, and there is also a highlighting available on this field, right? And then you have state, and then you have this assigned to, which is customer service agent. So now this is all configuration. We can add more fields if needed, right? And then similarly, if we expand this now, you can see the customer information, timeline, active SLA, and so on. So we don't have any SLAs configured, that is why we are not seeing it. Now let's save the record. We already saved it, so we can click on needs attention so that it gets escalated, right? And then we click on save again, and then we'll do the next steps, as in we will try to. So the first step is to accept it. The moment you accept it, the record goes to open state. So it has new, open, awaiting info, resolved, and closed. That is the states we have, and cancelled, of course, right? So now when you're in open state, either you can request for info or you can propose solution. So when you click on request info, it will ask you to enter comments, right? So if you scroll down, you can enter the comments here, or you can also bring up uh, the activity section here, and you can enter the comments. So please provide additional information, and then you can post it. So now, okay, you have to do it again, right? Please provide additional info, and then now if you click on request info, it will allow you to save the record. So once you click on request info, it will go to awaiting info, the state, right? Now from here, either you can open the case or close the case, right? So now so there is a small glitch I have observed where you cannot propose a solution directly here, you can only close it, right? So because we have requested for info, the propose solution button has gone away, right? So let's try one more, and then I'll show you how it works. So if you click on new and you save it, so you see that it gets auto assigned to the user. So when you, okay, let's minimize the ribbon and then expand it. So you see that the case gets auto assigned to the user who is logged in, right? So I'm logged in as customer service agent. That's where it's logged. Let's refresh it once, because I'm logged in as customer service agent, not system admin. Yeah, correct. All right. So now if you see, you'll observe that it's auto assigned to this agent, right? And now this time let's try to accept the case first, and then let's also try to propose solution. So when you propose it, that's there's a resolution code, and then there is a resolution nodes, and then add this to comments. Click on that as well and propose solution. So I think the idea behind this is this drives, I believe this drives first call resolution, which is why if you're awaiting info, then it will not let you click on the button, because it is not first call anymore. That's the idea, right? So now if you see here, you have different related lists which are available. So we'll also try to create a work order, so that also will come up in the related list. So the idea of work order is, if you have field service management enabled, then you can directly create a work order from case. Okay, let's do that. And you have few options available here in the settings, where you can always hide the ribbon, and then always hide sidebar and always hide the ribbon, right? So you always get like a lot of real estate here. So you can create a work order. The initiated from field brings the case number, right? And surprisingly, the short description did not come in. I don't know if it was here. You can check it. right? Okay, it is not there. So let's try creating it from a case which has information, right? Okay, let's click on this, close this one. uh, so let's open this. I'll try to make a work order from here. So if you see here, it should carry over some of the information like the case number is good, and then it brings over the short description, right? So it should also have brought in the description and so on, and yeah, all other stuff, right? But basically the idea is let's just create a work order and save it, so we can see on the case itself where it shows the work order list, right? Again, I minimize the ribbon. So work order, you can see that it's coming up here, and then we have SLAs. If you configure SLA, you'll see that here, and then we have tasks. So case can have tasks, so you see that there. You can also create a sub task for a case. So go here. So a task can be open or closed, right? Test case task. So it is very straightforward. Only subject, description, parent, and then you have this work notes first list, additional comments and work notes. That's all we have here, and then you save it. So when you save that, it comes up in the task list, and then you have interactions. So if this case would have come from an interaction, then it comes up here. You can also make an interaction from here. Then you have draft emails. So we need to see what these are a little more, right? Than the emails. So I believe it comes from here when you compose email, but if you don't actually send it, then it comes up in the draft email. So if you go back here, so now it should come up here in this list, so you can actually send it again, right? And if you open that, and if you pick up anybody, doesn't matter, send it, then you click on emails, then you see that it should come up here and not in the draft, right? Okay, that works. Then you have task skills, so we'll talk about this a little more. And then you have attached knowledge. So here, when you go to the case again, the details tab, and look for knowledge like test, for example. Okay, it needs some setup, but yeah, we'll do that as well at some point. But when you attach it, it should come up here. And then similarly, there are some more related list like knowledge gap, for example. So you can raise a knowledge gap from here. It creates a knowledge feedback task, right? So save this one, and then you come back here. Now, even though it actually calls this a knowledge gap, but it's creating a knowledge feedback task, right? And then comes the escalations. So we made one escalation. Okay, it's not there. Okay. So escalation is a different concept. We'll talk about that. It's altogether a separate module for that. Child cases. Okay, nothing is there. You can add if you want a child case, or you can make a child case from here, right? You can also select multiple child cases if you want. And then special handling notes list. So again, there's a concept, we'll talk about that. Appointments. So this should come from, I believe, field services, right? But yeah, social logs. Okay, and then we have block by. So whenever if you move the case to okay, so here it is showing. So now currently this case is an eventing info, right? So that's why it is showing as block by here. Now if you click on open case, then it will open it back, which means it is not blocked anymore, right? So now, okay, now we have the proposed solution option. Okay, maybe so I was slightly wrong before, so I thought proposed solution will not come up if you are doing it like after awaiting info, but that's not the case. So you open the case and then you can propose solution. But if you see here, so previously this was showing as blocked because this is actually awaiting information. Now it is unblocked, but you see that this case still needs C task case CS task, not C task, right? It's CS task and work order to be completed before this can be done. That is why these are coming up as blocked. So basically the idea of blocked is what is required to be completed to complete this to close the case, right? So let's try to close the case to see what happens. So first try to propose a solution and then close it, right? So let's try putting the solution, duplicate issue, this one, and then propose solution. So it will allow me to propose it, right? And so let's look at the activity to see if it captured that in the additional comments, and it did, right? So you can see that here it is tracking the C task which has been created, and then it is also telling the work order has been updated to status draft. Work order is associated to resolve the issue, and then it is also tracking all the updates, right? All the activities. Okay. So again, you can filter this and so on. This is all standard, right? And then save it now. So okay, so that's how you resolve it. Then we need to see how it gets closed, right? So you open the case, and then you close it. Okay. So that's how this works. But it did let me allow the case, like close the case with uh, C task and work order. So let me see the status of work order. It's still in draft, and then my child case still there. Tasks still open, yeah. So out of the box, it is not doing all the validation, but maybe this can be a good use case for enhancements as part of implementation, where you can put all the validations. And then we have a concept called major uh, issue management. This is again similar to major incident management. So if you click on create major case candidate, you'll see that the different states which are available. So this is a case record. You can then uh, submit it. Again, I'm doing in the platform, so a little different view. So now the state is new. I like the logos, the way they come up, the icons like channel and state and so on, right? Uh, so it's new. Then we have major case information. So major case status proposed. So let's see what options are there here. Okay, let's end the impersonation. Let's duplicate this and the impersonation so we can see the options available in the major case record, the major case state, right? You can see that this is a major case candidate. You see the info message there. Uh, and then if you click on this here, we can look at the options. So the show choice list will show you what are the options available for major case. So you have proposed, accepted, rejected, cancelled, 4 of them. Proposed, accepted, rejected, cancelled. And it's funny how they have changed the value to have lowercase p. I prefer keeping them both the same case, but yeah, that's a preference. Alright, so proposed, accepted, rejected, and cancelled are the 4 states for a major case. So I'm trying to review what gets installed as part of customer service application. So I navigated to Studio, and I'm looking at so only see these two here. Uh, So let's select field service for now. Okay, so I'm looking for okay, so I went to the installed applications and then I went to customer service, so I found it there. uh, so I look for, I scroll down, I pick up customer service from here, and then I try to find alphabetically, scroll down customer service, I go to application, and then it takes you here, and then you can customer, I want this one, just need customer service for now. Okay, this one. So this is my application. I show matching on this one. So I want to know what classes of data gets installed as part of this. So I do group by the class. So I see that we have so there are no events, which is good. So let me see if there's any. Let me sort by the class A to Z. Uh, and why doesn't refresh it? Let's try again. So it's funny how trigger condition comes on the top. Anyway, so let's scroll down. Shouldn't take too long. So if you search for data, remove it from here. Policy, not there. Trying to search for. Let me see. Like, okay, I can ungroup actually from here. Wow, that's nice. Didn't observe that before. So okay, so I think that makes sense. I just want to confirm if there is something called as events that gets added as an object, and then I figured that it's actually event registry and not events, right? That stores the event information. So yeah, okay, I think that makes sense. All right, so that is that. So let's look at special handling nodes, right? So let's click on this. Uh, so you can apply a special handling nodes to the tables here, right? The table basically defines to which table it can be applied. So it can be applied to an account, it can be applied to an asset, it can be applied to a case, it can be applied to a contact, it can be applied to an incident, it can be applied to product model. Account, asset, case, contact, incident, product model. Account, asset, case. Uh, so if I select account and then I save it and then I save it, then if I go to this one here to give condition, keywords was test, And if I save it, here I should say applies to change to account. Okay, that makes sense. So special handling notes are applied to account, asset, case, contact, incident, product model. Special handling notes. And we'll do a lab here where we will try to create uh, two new accounts and then create contacts for the accounts. So we'll do all those steps. First we will try to create two new accounts, then create set primary contacts, create contacts for accounts, configure account contact relationships. So let's start this. So first we look at how to create accounts. So there should be a navigation called account, and here I think system admin should be able to do. So let's start with customer and see what modules are there. So under customer service you have overview, my schedule, manage skills. These are all part of your schedule and skills. And then you have cases. Let's minimize that. Escalations will minimize that. Customer. So under customers you have partners, you have accounts, you have contacts, you have consumers. So there are four options, right? So you have customers, partners. Under customers you have partners, accounts, contacts, and consumers. So I'll go to accounts, and then we'll create a new account, right? So here my the company that is using ServiceNow is Shriti uh, Pet Services, and it has a customer called Zoo, Hyderabad Zoo, where they provide services. This is a B2B customer, and then it also has consumer, which is uh, piggy, uh, kitten, puppy. So three consumers. Okay, and then coming to partners, it has let's say Varan Pet Services is a partner who is helping Sruti Pet Services, right? So it's the partner. Alright, so let's do the setup now. And then coming to contacts. So the contacts would be uh, from Zoo, we will have La Zookeeper as a contact for Hyderabad Zoo, and then yeah, we have to have two of them. So we'll say Hyderabad Zoo and then Hyderabad Vet Club. So two of them. Hyderabad Vet Club will have Vet Club President, right? The two contacts. So this is a contact for this and this is a contact for this. So let's make these records now. So let's make a new account. So to create a new account, you click on customer and account, and then the account name is going to be Hyderabad Zoo. I'll also put B2B so we know what it is. And then the account number, if you see, so it has ACCT and then the prefix, and then an account will have a lot of fields on it. So let's quickly review that. An account can be a customer or partner or both. It is a supported external customer. There will be a company name. This is a name, and then you have contact names, which are once you save it, you should see it. And then you have addresses, right? You have a billing address, you have shipping address, you have phone numbers, and then you have web and email addresses, right? So yeah, I can see website, I'm not able to see the email address, but yeah, with the fields that should have our you have the company name, you have the contact name, you should have addresses, phone numbers, web and email addresses. So let's look at that. uh, so registration code, we'll leave it for now. It's a customer account, so I put customer notes. This is Hyderabad Zoo website www.hightoidzoo.com, and I put a phone number plus 11 123 123 12, and then street Hyderabad Zoo Lane Hyderabad Telangana 111 India. Okay, so now I save this. So this is my account and the view is coming as case view. Let's change the view. Let's see what views are there, right? So you have customer self-service, customer service partner, service portal, workspace view. Okay, so let's leave it at this. So now you can see the account hierarchy also coming up. So it only shows this account as Hyderabad Zoo. And then here, okay, so you have contacts here, right? So you have the contacts here, and then you have the addresses here. So there's a primary address, and then you have multiple addresses here, and then you have cases, you have assets, contracts, entitlements, accounts, account relationships, account team members, contact relationships, social profiles, escalations, technical preferences. So all of these are there. So let's create new contact. As we discussed, the contact for Hyderabad Zoo is going to be zookeeper. So put that there. Last, okay, maybe zoo and then keeper. Email is zookeeper at hyderabadzoo.com +11 +11. So time zone is okay, not there. So I'll just leave it as GMT for now. Notification is enabled and so on. So if you save this record, it is adding a role called SN_ESM_user. Okay, then it added a role called task activity reader, SN appointment booking, not appointment booking user, SN_external, and all that, right? Yeah, so it has added all this. So SN_ESM user, appointment booking, dot appointment booking user, activity reader, email addresses setup. So now you have social profiles, you have locations, and you have cases. So you have an option to create a special handling nodes. So as we discussed, you can have special handling nodes for assets, product models, cases, incidents, accounts, and contacts, right? All right, so that is that. So we made contact. So let's go back to account. So we should make a primary contact, right? So we can make zookeeper as a primary contact. So he's, yeah, as a primary contact. Okay, and then you can also make one more contact, backup zookeeper, backup zookeeper at Hyderabad zoo.com, right? And then same things, +11. Hello, that's that. Okay, sorry, +11. Miss. I'll leave the time zone as is, right? So now if you go back to the account, see that Zookeeper is primary and then the contacts are two of them, right? And similarly, let's create an address. So address takes me to location table. So I'll say Hyderabad Zoo, Street, Hyderabad, Zoo Lane, Hyderabad, Telangana, 1001, India. So India, this country field is a suggestion field, just to look up, right? So I'll just leave it at that. And then you can make it as a primary location if you want. So you can click on this. So I believe the view drives some of them. So let's save this. So this checkbox primary is coming up here, but if I change the view to, let's say, like default, the primary should not come up, right? So I should see like other fields. Yeah. So the primary is very much related to case view, and if you select that and update it, that should make it as a primary address, right? So the primary is set to true, as you can see the checkbox here, and then this is the address. So we have done that, and then comes the set up the configure account contact relationships. So let's do that. So let's come to the entitlements and other fields later on, right? So click on new. So when it comes to account relationships, so think of it as a CMDB LCI, right? So just out of curiosity, let's see if this is a child table to anything. Uh, okay, yeah, let's maybe do a config only, right? So if you go to config, you'll see that so let's look at tables and columns, right? And then here, if you search for account relationships, so and then look for schema map, you should see if it is related to anything, and the table name is generic hierarchy entity relationship diagram, right? ERD. So account relationship type and account, so it is not extending any tables, right? That's what it means. Just do all of that. Yeah. So let's just to prove that, right? If I search for case and then search for case, then we can see if case is extending anything, right? So case extends order case. And then similarly, if you search incident, surprising. Select incident, and you should see that it should extend task, right? Just to prove the theory, should extend it. Okay, so that makes sense. So let's try again. Account relationship. Select that again. Yeah, still it doesn't extend anything. It's just standalone. Okay. Alright, so let's get back to the nodes. Okay, so we are creating relationships now. So let's get back here. Get back all the way here. So you have alright. So relationship type, right? So let's look at the configuration here. So SN customer service account relationship type. So this is a table that stores this information. Okay. SN customer service account relationship types. Okay, so the next task is to create contact relationships. So to do that, we have to click on contact relationships here, click on new, and then look for the contact. So there are two of them. Select the backup one, for example, and then look at the responsibility. So we have asset contact. So the responsibility is the asset contact, right? So and then you can submit it. So we are selecting the contact, we are selecting the responsibility, and we are submitting it. So again, let's review the navigation again. So on the account record, if you scroll down, look for contact relationships, click on new, and then you can select the contact and you can associate that. So you can also make one more relationship if you want. So if I also want to make the zookeeper as well, then also you can do that, right? And yeah, save, submit that. That should make that my relationship. So we made address, we made contacts, we made contact relationships. I think that makes that complete, right? So let's complete the remaining steps also. So I'll make one more customer called Hyderabad Vet Club and then complete this, right? So I'll go to accounts again. So you go to new, Hyderabad Vet Club. Website is going to be hyderabadvetclub.com, and then the parent account is not required. Hyderabad Vet Club, street, Hyderabad, Telangana, India, Hyderabad Vet Club, and save this. Now we'll try to make some observations here. So if you see, contact relationship is coming up here, so you can let's start making some new contacts. So make a new contact. So we want to make the contact as Vet Club President, Vet Club, last name is President, at Vet Club at hyderabadvetclub.com, right? And then plus one, and then title is Mr. English. Save it. So now it gives all these roles: SN underscore ESM underscore user, task activity reader, SN appointment booking, SN external email device, and it should also create a user record, right? So we can also again we can check if this table is a child table, right, of anything. So this table is let's close this off. Contact, so let's look at that here. Contact, so let's see if this extends user table. So, okay, surprisingly this is also independent table, right? So yeah, so there's a contact, and contact has reference to group, user, recipient list, contact definition, consumer, contact responsibility. Okay, this is what we have here. So let's close some of the stuff. Okay, so coming back here, so this is the contact record. So let me see if it makes a user record also out of this, right? Ideally it should, but let's check that. So yeah, it makes two user records. So let's quickly add the user IDs for them so that it completes that loop. So headcap.president, update that one, backup, so dot key EPR zoo dot key EPR. I think we got all of that. I think we're good. Let's refresh this here. Okay, so I think we're good there, right? Okay, so we made the contacts, and let's quickly also do the same thing. So let's try to create view linked accounts, right? So nothing is there, so we can click on this new, and you should be able to add the account. Let's see. It's a little different. Okay. Okay, I think this is a little different. This is not with respect to account mapping. So let's get back. Okay, one more time, and go back to the. So you can look at the social profile. I think this should basically tell you like the channel, social channel, which is your like LinkedIn and so on, right? LinkedIn, Twitter, Yahoo, and all that. Your Facebook or whatever, right? Yeah. All right. So that is that. So let's make one quickly. So let's say Twitter, and then social ID is Vet Club HID. HID. Account is going to be Hyderabad Vet Club, right? Can also populate consumer. It's just surprising because it is allowing me to have a social profile which is same for consumer and account. That makes sense. Okay, and then we just have to say twitter.com/vetclub update. All right, that's good. So let's get back. Social profile is good. So let's go back to history, pick up the account which we have used, not the user account, obviously the account itself, and then make the primary contact, club president, and then also if you see it brings up the social profile here, and then contact relationships, make it again contact, only one contact, that's care responsibility, only one, which is set contact and submit it. So that completes the account setup. Primary contact is there, and then I have made contact relationships, and then social profile contacts, all of that, right? Let's make an address, name, street, Hyderabad, Telangana, plus primary. Alright, that's good. Alright, so that is about the account, right? As you can see here, you can create a case from this account, you can create special handling notes, you can escalate account. So special handling notes can be created from an account, from a case, from an asset, from product model, and incident. Five places. Okay, asset, product, model is a combination, account, contact is a combination, incident only thing which is remaining. Okay, yes. All right, so that is that. Okay, I think we did the setup. Now let's come back here. I think we're good. So let's also make some consumers. Let's go to customer. So customer, make some consumers. You. So the first one is Miss Piggy. CSMR, consumer. Okay. Piggy at forest.com. Female. Right, so you did that. So you have preferences, you have login details, notes. So let's check if this is a child table to something, just out of curiosity, right? So go here, consumer. So consumer is there, which is independent, right? It doesn't as such extend anything. There's household label consumer user. So I believe consumer user should extend user, right? So I think that's what my understanding is. Let's check that. Yeah, it extends user. That explains it, right? Consumer, consumer user, and that extension. And let's complete the remaining two as well, Kitty and Puppy. So let's I'll just change the name to Kitty and set and stay. Email cannot be used. Let's get validation. Let's go back. I think we discussed about this, right? Kitty at house.com and set and stay. And then we said puppy at park and set and stay. Okay, let's make this male, right? Like doctor maybe, and then male. Alright, so we made all the consumers, we made all the contacts, we made accounts, right? So let's go to contacts and see what comes up. So all three are there, which is good. And then let's make a partner also. So partner will be Warren Pet Services. This is no parent account. Warren petservices.com, and just drop this here. And this, you see that the partner checkbox is automatically checked. Save it. So this can be both a customer and a partner, so we can check both. It's possible. So in addition to, then you have a primary contact, right? So let's make contacts. Service owner, service owner at warrenpetservices.com. Save it. And then okay, that's all good, so go back to the account itself. So you see that it is add as contact, and then we'll make it as primary contact and save it. Set up contact relationships, save that, add responsibility, and submit it. So we basically made a contact relationship for this, right? So now, okay, I think that's that. So I'm trying to compare account with the partner and see if there's any difference. So let's try that. So if you see here, the related lists are same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, same. The only difference is a checkbox maybe, right? Even that is also same. Like you just have to check it. Okay, that's fine. That makes sense. So that completes the first like session. So let's stop the recording.